My viewers trust me to give them objective hopes in order to defend our country, yet every single branch that has been capable of defending us has failed. You see, in the judiciary, positioning a precedent that disallowed for us to actually forbid someone who comforted in an insurrection from having a court date before the election, this made it so that we were capable of putting in someone who is an infection to our country. And as a result, that led to a judicial coup. Now, what we're seeing from the Republican side is a legislative coup that takes advantage and positioning a constitutional coup, which literally just takes advantage of the shortcomings and loopholes within the Constitution, the ambiguity, which there's a lot because Democrats have been scared of changing it through the amendment because they were like, the Republicans will want to end the Constitution. Well, they're ending it now. So we have all these branches who literally just fail to safeguard our protections and our Constitution. And people, Democrats, want me to believe that Republicans will do the right thing when only Mitch McConnell is the one who voted against Tulsi Gabbard. Republicans won't do the right thing because, one, they're benefiting heavily. They got sent to the Super Bowl, for God's sake. And then also, Republicans have been saying that they wanted to do this. People think that Project 2025 is something new. When it was just compiling other ideas they've already had and been shouting at for decades that Democrats have been sleeping on, and just said, hey, we're going to do this. And then what do people say? Vote blue no matter who. So we got Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah. Even though I'm pushing a campaign to convince blue state governors and attorney generals to disconnect from the federal government, stop giving them our taxes, do you think that's going to happen? I don't think so, because it would have already happened. My governor, Gavin Newsom, made it so that we flew our flags up high instead of middle staff during his inauguration. No one is coming to save us, and I think that as Americans, we have to accept this. You see, why is it that we went and acted against Nazi Germany? Not because they were harming their own Jews, but because they were trying to expand. As long as the United States doesn't try to expand, which I know Trump says that he's gonna do, but he's not gonna do it. He's just gonna use it in order to force these countries to concede something. And they're gonna do it because they're scared of the military capacity. If a foreign government acts against the United States, our military will respond. If we resist, then they have the option of responding or not. See, the Democrats just want us to willfully, nonchalantly just enter into fascism because they keep their jobs. They want to see how it goes, and I find it offensive, all of these people just focusing on 2026, which, okay, maybe being delusional in your hope really helps you, but it ignores history and it makes people unprepared for what's actually to come. That is why people are so shocked at everything he fucking does when he said it out loud. Were you not listening? And this is the thing. They're like, the courts will take care of it, but this is only, February? He would have 4 years technically. Obviously, we know it's going to be more than that, of doing the same S over and over. And while some won't win, others will. And while some will temporarily not win, eventually it will, because who's going to force them to adhere to the court decisions? And the longer we wait to stop this, the more likely it will be that plenty of us will not see American liberty in our lifetimes. And I need you to understand this, because every single branch is becoming compromised the longer we wait. And the fact that Democrat leaders don't care about this is so offensive to me. They know that the village well is fucked, but instead of just taking it out and putting a new one so that people are safe, they're just like, hey, let's try to tackle all of these policies, and then the courts are going to do something about it, and then he can't do it anymore, right? Are they dense? This is my official conclusion. And that is that there's no branch in existence in the United States of America that will save us. While the states government can serve as a protector, they obviously are obeying in advance. There's willful compliance there. And by the time we need them to act, I don't think there's going to be a block to act. So this is going to be up to the people. It's going to be up to the people. And if we don't South Korea really fucking fast, and I know you're going to say, we're too big. We're too big. We can't get to a place. But as a result, because we're too big, we're going to... The 236-year American experiments of American constitutionalism will end because we can go on the streets and do like South Korea. What do you prefer? not doing South Korea and our liberties ending. And I know we're on survival mode. I know we're stretched too thin, but then we won't have liberties. And then you'll be stretched even thinner. The time for South Korea is now. It is now. It is now. It is now.